Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. Anyone else losing weight in secret? I definitely much prefer this method of not telling anyone that you're trying to lose weight. It feels like I'm in my own little world, you know? I don't have to deal with people asking questions about my weight or food choices. It's my business only. I feel like a huge reason that we fail when trying to lose weight is because we hype it up too much and we tell everyone about it. This creates a lot of unnecessary pressure, and for me personally, I feel it causes me to fail. Keeping it private and personal feels so nice. This is my thing, no one else's. Of course, eventually someone will catch on or notice that I've lost weight, but for the time being, this is quite nice. I love that feeling of enjoying your routine and your body by yourself. I got to really enjoy my small successes on my own for a bit, and I definitely love not having outside commentary on the off days when I would house some wild food, lol. I hate the commentary. Can you even eat that on your diet? Like, first off, it's not a diet, and yes, I can eat whatever I want as long as I'm within my calorie range, lol. I kept it as a secret for about the first 4 months of losing weight. I think I lost 30 plus pounds before somebody even noticed. I couldn't keep it a secret at that point. It was nice not having to hear any comments about my body, strategy, or weight loss in general. Now, even near strangers, they feel like they have the right to make completely unsolicited comments about my body and how they think I should do things. Keep your secret as long as you can. More or less. My partner, my sister, and my two best friends know I'm working on losing weight. However, I very rarely discuss with my friends and sister, and occasionally with my partner, and here of course. I have a lot of people in my life who are like philosophically opposed to intentional weight loss, and so I keep it to myself, since I really don't have the time or energy to deal with a bunch of lectures about how I'm a bad person for trying to lose weight. I know what it is I have to do, how to do it, and why I'm doing it. And at the end of the day, I have to keep the commitment to myself, whether or not anyone else is in the know. I like sharing it with my partner and some of my coworkers who have the same goals or struggles, but I am not sharing it with my mother. I love her, but she is incredibly insensitive to my struggles, has never hid her deep shame of having an overweight child, and just gets way too excited by the idea of my weight loss. It actually can set me back to have her as a cheerleader, because it really underlines that feeling that my value is only increasing for her as my appearance improves in her mind. It sucks, but I would keep it from anyone who's going to affect you with their toxic comments or expectations. Same, and sending you all the best. It's hard and it sucks. I'm equally dreading when mine does notice. We go long times between visits, so it won't be pound by pound, but a large whoosh. And instead of something positive, they will say, "Oh, see, I was right. You were too fat. Glad you're finally losing it." I'm kind of doing the same. I feel like the sport of validation of my baby steps makes me complacent. My brain is like, got praise, task complete. I am so enjoying the privacy to do this my way and not having to defend my choices. Plus, the reveal when I go out and see someone for the first time all pandemic is fun every time. That's basically why I made this Reddit account. I haven't told anyone I know in real life, and I needed someone to talk to about it. The one that gets me is when people take it personally. Like if I say, "I'm trying to lose weight," there's an unspoken, "and so should you," attached to that. I've lost about 15 pounds so far, and nobody has noticed. Anytime I tell my boss and coworkers that I'd like to lose weight, they lose their damn minds. My boss has previously told me, "You don't need to count calories, just stick to running." She'll call me into her office and say, "Eat this," with some snack or meal. Way easier for me to just not talk about it. I do this all the time. Probably like many people, I learned that sharing it with others leads to an endless stream of diet advice and small lectures about what I'm eating. It feels nice to only be accountable to me and to know I'm doing it for myself. I mean, I've lost enough weight now that people are definitely noticing, but as long as I keep it vague about maybe walking a bit more or cutting out soda, it doesn't lead to a big thing, which I love. Only my husband knows at this point, and then only once I lost 5 and then 10 pounds. I mentioned it to him in passing, and then nothing more. I've been tracking, cooking for the family as I usually do, and making changes for myself as I dish up. I'm mostly keeping quiet because I don't want my kids to hear me talking about it. I always heard my mom complaining about her weight and body image issues long before I even noticed everyone had their own body shape. Without realizing that her image was wrong only in her own eyes, I had ingrained in me that my body was always to be a work in progress, that I could always find fault if I looked hard enough. And if I could see it, so could everyone else. Pair that with belonging to the Clean Plate Club growing up, my relationship with food has always been unhealthy. I didn't tell anyone, but people started noticing at 40 pounds lost. And then at 60 pounds lost, the comments started rolling out. I generally answer questions that people ask because I gave up. It's overwhelming. I get comments on my size and appearance pretty much every day. And I treat it like how people talk about the weather. I'm a people pleaser though, and giving in is easier for me than pushing back. Generally speaking, yes. I haven't made any type of social media post. I've only told my closest friends, and I've been doing my workouts with my dad. By no means have I told anyone my body weight, and I have no plans to. My primary focuses right now are building good habits, getting good form, and improving my eating. I try not to say diet because it makes it sound temporary to me. It has not been very long, only a few weeks, and I'm amazed at how much better I feel mentally already. And I know that questions and comments about my weight or food would derail that. Yes, absolutely. I was never significantly overweight, but reached the overweight mark during peak quarantine. I also had high cholesterol. A lot of my friends are overweight and are quite strong supporters of health at any size and body positivity. I sort of am too, but I'm not in the faction that believes intentionally losing weight is antibody positive or fat phobic. Plus, everyone knows me as being rather fit, so I never told anyone about losing weight because I'm sure it will hurt their feelings or they'll take it the wrong way. I also feel the same way as you. I like that it's a very personal thing, sort of like journaling. I mean, there are people who share their journals, but I don't. Just like I don't share my weight loss journey, struggles, and wins. It's rather satisfying knowing you were able to do something on your own. I've very consciously decided when I started not to say anything to anyone, precisely because it's so personal, and because I didn't feel like putting up with any intrusive or opinionated nonsense. When I lost enough weight that people started noticing, I would tell them if they asked, yes, it's deliberate, and no, I don't want to discuss it. Because people sometimes genuinely worry about a person's health. The exception are 2 very close friends who I will occasionally discuss milestones with, but everyone else is met with polite but implacable deflection. I've lost 45.3 kilograms, with some more to go, so at this point, the secret isn't a secret if people have working eyes, but most people are sensible enough not to bring it up if I don't broach the subject myself. Thank you for this post. All day today, I've been justifying my method in my head to myself. I see now, I don't need to explain it to myself or anyone else. I wanted to do this all without having to talk about it to anyone until I was ready. I came out today, but only because since getting my second shot a few weeks ago, this has been my first chance to go back to church in person. I figured since everyone there was going to see me, I might as well make a public announcement on Facebook. I was actually really anxious about the whole thing, but it's gone really well. It's just so great to see that other people feel the same way that I do. I'm not intentionally losing weight in secret. My boyfriend knows and my parents know, and I've mentioned it in passing. But really, no one has really seen me since October, December of 2020, and that was a few pounds ago. Now that me and my little social circle all have our first vaccine and my province is slowly starting to reopen, I have to admit I'm a bit anxious about if people will say anything. I'm down about 60 pounds, 290 to 228, depending on the day. And so far, the only comments I've had are from my mom, boyfriend, and my boyfriend's mom. And while it's all positive, I still feel a bit awkward. I've learned that many aspects of life are better when you keep your business to yourself. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day.